everybody, JC here from Toy News International and JediInsider.com. And for today's review, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on the upcoming home release of Star Wars The Force Awakens. Now, I got my hands on an advanced copy. This is going to be due out. The Blu-ray and DVD versions are going to be available next week, starting on April 5th. The digital download version will be available a few days earlier on April 1st, so that's just a couple days away. Fortunately, Disney was nice enough to send me a copy. Big thanks to them. So I was able to enjoy it this past weekend, and I just want to share my thoughts on it. So, first of all, it comes packaged in a standardized, Blu-ray type packaging. You've got the Star Wars logo, Star Wars The Force Awakens logo on the front, and it's done in gold metallic embossed text. You've got images from the movie poster and the Star Wars letters, and then you've got the Starfield on the back. On the back, you've got just images from the movie and a description of the features of the contents. Then you can take it out of the slip case, and then you've just got a basic DVD plastic case, and which has an image of the movie poster. And then again on the back, we have the images from the movie and the description. On the inside, we've got 3 discs with this basic set, and each of the discs have images on it. And then there's also a code inside, so if you want to have the physical copy and the download version, you can just enter the code in and download it. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the movie itself. I imagine, if not all of you, most of you have seen the movie by now. I will tell you that, very enjoyable watching this at home. A little bit probably depends on your home theater setup, but definitely it was very much like watching it in the theater as far as the sound and the video quality and everything. So no surprises there. The special features is what I'm going to primarily focus on. Now, I should mention that besides this basic set, there are going to be several store exclusives released next week as well at places like Walmart, Target, and Best Buy. I'm not going to really focus on those, but just want you to be aware there are going to be some exclusive versions with like steelbook cases and stuff like that. But the features on this are pretty cool, especially, they're pretty, features that we see on most DVDs and Blu-rays nowadays. But because it's Star Wars, it's just, I don't know, to me is much cooler. And that also, as far as like whether you're going to buy a physical copy, I normally don't buy physical DVDs and Blu-rays anymore, mainly because they take up space I don't have, and I just kind of prefer to have all my movies on my iTunes, where I can essentially watch anywhere. With Star Wars, it's kind of the rare exception because I have all the original movies on VHS tape, DVD, Blu-ray, even Laserdisc, the original trilogy. I don't have the prequels on all those mediums. I have some on VHS and some on DVD and Blu-ray. I don't have them all on Laserdisc. But still, it's basically I want to keep my collection complete. So, even though I was lucky enough to get this advanced copy, I was planning on buying a copy anyway, though I normally do not buy Blu-ray and DVDs anymore. I just download them off of iTunes. But anyway, as far as the special features go, pretty cool. There's deleted scenes. Now, most of the deleted scenes are already actually been posted online at like StarWars.com. And honestly, they don't really add a whole lot to the story. I was a little disappointed that we didn't get to see the deleted scene with Constable Zuvio. I think that's how you say his name. He was only in the movie for 1 second, but I think he was supposed to have a much larger scene. And so I was hoping that there was a scene with that maybe added more to the story. Unfortunately, there was not. The coolest scene to me, I think, was the one that showed the snowspeeder chase with Finn and Rey. They commandeer, basically on the Starkiller base, they commandeer one of the snowspeeders and get chased by some Imperial First Order snowtroopers. We got toys of the snowspeeder in Lego form and from Hasbro, and the thing only appeared in the movie for like a second when they one of the times when the doors to the Starkiller base open and you can see it sitting outside. But in this, they commandeer it and end up getting chased. The scene doesn't have all the special effects added to it, but it's still kind of cool to see. There's another kind of cool scene that shows Kylo Ren and his men discovering the Millennium Falcon crashed on the Starkiller base, and Kylo Ren's kind of searching through it. So it's just kind of cool to see him in the Millennium Falcon and stuff, and he kind of senses Solo's presence. In the movie, he's just standing on a platform at Starkiller base, and all of a sudden he senses that Solo's nearby. But so I did like that. The rest of the scenes are kind of cool to watch, but you can definitely tell, why they ended up on the cutting room floor to save time and stuff. Now the feature that I thought was the coolest was the one that shows J.J. Abrams, and he basically walks you through the process of making of the movie. So with Star Wars, you know, I'm not always into the making of the movie process with most movies, but with Star Wars, it's definitely something that I love. Going back to a kid, before there were VHS versions, home movie versions of these movies, you know, I remember there being a special, I think it was called The Making of the Saga, and it was aired on a PBS channel. And basically, you know, you got to see scenes from the movie and stuff, which is why as a kid I was initially attracted to it, because again, you know, you couldn't just throw in your VHS tape and watch it whenever you wanted. So it was a cool way to see scenes from the movie and stuff. But actually watching and stuff, I remember how cool it was to see how they made the creatures, how they did Jabba the Hutt, and how they made his mouth move and stuff, and did the Death Star battle scene, and how they flew the little model ships and everything. So that was really cool to watch. So this feature is kind of similar to that, and it's also kind of interesting to see just how involved the director Abrams was in this movie. Everything from making or finishing the actual script, helping finish or contributing to the script, and the costume designs and everything like that. It was really interesting to see that process and him walk you through it, and then how they dealt with things like, you know, having to kill off a major character and stuff, and the impact it had with not just, you know, the story, but the people filming it and everything. So I really thought that was interesting and cool to see. Kind of a cool tidbit, I won't give it away, but we learned something, we do learn something in this about the Poe Dameron character. I don't want to give it away because it's kind of a spoiler, I'll let you watch it in the future. But basically, if you were wondering why it was weird, if it seemed weird to you that, you know, we see him crash on the desert planet with Finn, and then we don't see him again until he and Finn are reunited on the Resistance base, you know, why we didn't see him get off planet and stuff like that. It's kind of an explanation to that. There's another feature where they show you the where they do the reading of the script, and they've got all the cast members together for the first time to do a read through. We saw initially an image, you know, it was like the first image released, I think, and it showed all the cast, old and new, together sitting on these couches and chairs and stuff as they're about to read the script. And it's kind of interesting to know that they had basically Mark Hamill read the entire script to everyone, which is kind of cool. And then other features like the building of BB-8, how they did the final lightsaber battle at the Starkiller base, how they make the creatures and stuff. So a lot of cool features, especially, you know, if you're a big Star Wars fan and you just love to kind of see that stuff and how the stuff is made and everything. So that's pretty much my thoughts. I definitely think this is one you're going to want to add to your collection in some form, and I can't imagine that most of you, at least those of you watching this video, aren't going to be adding this movie to your collection. I think personally the physical route, you know, this combo pack or maybe one of the exclusives is the route, so you can have the digital download version and the physical copy to go in your library, is the way to go. And again, the physical copies will be available on April 5th, and the download available on April 1st. So that's my review. Please leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Also, if you haven't already, please follow me on my Facebook or Twitter page. I'll have links to those in the video description below. And until next time, I'll catch you later. And may the Force be with you.